money them a thief. And them a sell out the beach. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy candle, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch a line and a resort to crime. You can't for me again. Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The other the promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rap and down in the river. Them a bull money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them smell. When police don't have market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and people them spell. Keep on me. What they treat the market man. Keep on me. What them a treat the cat man. Keep on me. What they treat the peanut man. Keep on me. What them a treat the dirt man. Keep on me. What them a treat the son man. Keep on me. What them a treat policeman. Keep on me. All them a treat soldier man.
Boom! I mean, I say a couple to the flex they represent for Wayne Global TV. There. So I say, you know the code in the Wayne Global TV is what fully blessed on 90 days. So I say, yeah man, to the fullest. Yeah man, make sure them log in to Wayne Global TV. So I say, check it out. So I say, one cup of flex. So I say, Wayne Global. When you watch you know, feel my plan up and I try to put them money pan we head. But man, I live too long, them want Wayne Global fitted. To him juggle so smooth that them want him life for dread. I chew the bank, I like the break, but we ain't all about the bread. We open up in the ears and no listen when we said, cause we lyrics them so smooth like the linen on the bed. Them one with a fall, chill living pan the edge, I must say true, who make this them. We ain't Global TV, we are 90, and 90. Who Jaja bless say no man can curse. Give me the Range Rover, who no drive years. Boom! We in Global TV to the fullest one cup of excellence. See me?
Good night, globalists. Welcome to People's Point of View. And let me firstly apologize for my lateness. Me go ride, then me come home and me fall asleep. And you know how fall asleep go. So I deeply apologize to you all for my late timing. Thanks to my moderators for keeping me drawn in line. Thank you. This evening, we are only on YouTube, on the Global TV, on our sister station, Forbes Legal Opinion. What a bangarang today. What a carry-me-around circle, selling from a pin to an anchor to the diaspora. Uno did it? Uno hear nothing? Wanna understand? Me confused. As always, when members of the JLP speak, I am confused. Good evening to everyone on YouTube. Debbie Jervis, Sunshine. Good evening, Kate M. Good evening, like and share the live, please. Gloria Morris. Good evening, like and share the live. Amazing Grace, Beat and Teach. Good evening and welcome, Cynthia B. Good evening, Shauna Smith. Good evening, Miranda Ruddock. Natalia Freeman. Good evening, all. Good evening and welcome. Like and share the live. Verna Timpson. Good evening and welcome. Patricia Matthews. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, all, and welcome. Thank you for joining us for a seat. Good evening and welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Poppy Show contest today. Marie Messenger TV. Good evening and welcome. Rosemary Samuels. Good evening and welcome. Vernon Mitchell. Good evening and welcome. Sephian Parkins. Long time no see. How are you? Violet Watson. Good evening and welcome. Good evening, Big Bossy. Good evening, Sonia Newman-Smith. Good evening and welcome. Jeanette Riley. Good evening and welcome. And let me say to my globalists in the after chat, who often criticize me about saying too much good morning or RJ, good morning. Imagine you walk into somebody's business and they just ignore you. It's like you're not there. You're there to support their business, but it appears, nifty friend, as if you're not there. That is my way of customer service and interaction with my customers. See everything you do as a business. Life in itself is a business. That's why when you flush down the toilet, them send that river to water and them treat that water and give it back to you for drink. It's a business. It is a business. So I know it might irritate you per se, but majority of my globalists are not irritated by me saying hello to them. So just so you understand the context, mannerism doesn't hurt, really. Right. The diaspora, bunch of worthless promoters promoting their PSOJ friends and partners. Did you see anything at this diaspora brouhaha this morning other than training their private sector friends how to get deeper into our pocket? It's about us, Kamina Johnson and Alando Terry Long Bailey, is it? It is about us. You cared, don't you? Oh, you cared about us. Uno care about us. That's why Uno can put on such a big, lush, empty event with nothing of relevance spoken about that we wanted to hear. Nothing about what with the diaspora connection we hope to do with our healthcare and education. Yes, we not go fool we say them they are go come in a June. And how much they are worth of brouhaha selling lunch and dinner ticket and a broader networking for your wellness warrior, Sophie. Good evening. For your private sector people. Today was all about the private sector. It had nothing to do with Jamaicans abroad, the migrant generation or lineage generation born abroad. It was never about us. So don't be mistaken, Loretta Williams. Don't be mistaken that we believe that anything that was happening there today was anything other than getting the diaspora to do more business with the private sector. Paulette Francis. That's what I saw today. What did you see? But just when all of the bang around Elaine Turner and brouhaha was going on today, a photograph came to my attention. Remember, Alando Terry Bailey told us to come home. They are inviting us home. Then if we not cheat Jamaicans at home, so we don't think we are going to believe when I say we are going to get any better treatment when we come down there and we have to run from pillar to pole just to get a document signed when we are there, Vivian Hamilton. A lot of us scared to do business in Jamaica because the drawn out bureaucracy and the extortion that we saw today from you, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. I give me some pull off band with you then. Come home. Oh no, I'll cheat way very, very bad a foreign. It's modern day Jamaica. You know, in our country, I always have high regards for women and women in leadership. As somebody who supported the Jamaica Labour Party then, when Michael Manley was stepping down and the campaign between PJ and Portia to replace Michael Manley, I was a Mama P supporter then. I run around on Mama P campaigning in St. Elizabeth with my family then, Cousin Myrna, hardcore, diehard PMP. Because I was fed up from me young, me fed up a man leadership and aggression. Pamela McNeil. But it seems as if these days, women in high authority are completing for dunceness. Juliet Holness on the high chair. Paula Llewellyn at the high altar of justice. Kamina Johnson Smith at our foreign entanglement empress. Audrey Marks, that which does not know her portfolio. It looks like there is a competition for dunceness with our females in high position. Something I was always of the view, Pablo 6769. I was always of the view that Jamaica should have more women leadership. But are they any better than the thiefing man them do? When you look on liar, the Kamina and thiefing Juliet, call Kamina Johnson. You fi care about we. Your husband a drugs dealer, gunman, and deportee. Come here. Your husband there, you should care about we are foreign here. Because you love deportee, you might just end up with another one. So take care of it. Don't just see we as a business. Don't just see we as a business, Kamina Johnson. Care for we like how you care for your deportee, gunman, drugs dealer, husband. Enough of uno now trying to always a chip way up and a derail way and a act like uno care for we. In the United Kingdom, Leadress Beckford, good evening and welcome. Make we son Bob Delica more, Norman. Make we son Bob Delica. Make we soak Bob Delica more in the salt, pepper, and vinegar. Make we soak her little more. We deal with the board neck wife, with the deportee, drug dealing, gun slinging husband. How do you call her? Minister the Honorable Kamina Johnson. Why not leave her for the deportee husband and the drug dealing, gun slinging husband? Why? I was shocked today when a photograph came across me. Carlos, how you do, bro? I was shocked today when a photograph came across me, rather. In the United Kingdom, I can only talk about that consulate because that's the only Jamaican consulate abroad that I've ever visited. It's a small, the visa and consulate area. It's quite a small building. However, BCA Smith, JP, however, there is a seating area at the British High Commission to seat about 15 to 20 people, Janet Mundy, waiting to be seen by consulate officials. Shockingly, today in New York, the big old apple, which color is it? Doris Gordon. Which color is the big apple? Red or green? New York. Jamaican just gone in a new consulate building, my understanding, Marcia said. Just gone in a new council building. Angela, how are you? And Jamaicans in New York have to turn up on the roadside in a cold and rain. Even when it was raining and they begged to come into the lobby and shelter. Jamaicans have to stay outside in the rain and cold in New York City at the Jamaican Consulate. So let me ask you this, Diaspora Diva. Let me ask you this. So all I want to invite you to get involved with an inactive. It doesn't involve us because when it comes to Jamaicans, you can shut your eye in a New York and find them. Right across the northern belt of America, the northern states, you're going to find a whole heap of Jamaicans. Are you saying that we, the people, do not deserve in the big old apple? We don't deserve a building with a waiting area for at least 50 to 100 people. Queue per roadside in England, in America. Them that did COVID something. Me always know say everywhere you go in England, there's a waiting area. Call Kamina Johnson, Audrey Marks, and Alanda Terry Bailey. Raymond. Me know your deportee husband, Kamina, must have get much better treatment. Are you saying we don't deserve better treatment? We will keep up the Jamaica economy with our remittances. We will today we will sit down and hear on our ask we for more of our remittances. And only don't have the little common courtesy. Dunce Audrey Marks competing for dunceness. Even when the height of we are only in a war over the treatment, right there, wellness warrior Sophie, right there in New York, I think not very far from where the demonstration would be. Maxine Cummins. Jamaicans have to stand in the rain, waiting to be seen by consulate official, but they want to do business with us. Alanda Terry Long says we should come home. And I asked the question, Alanda Terry Long, Bailey, when Patrick Bailey decided to start sleepwalking, shooting in his sleep, stabbing in his sleep, Alanda Terry who do we go to? When Jennifer Masado, who it is said have some relation to Paula, when Marlene Malahoo fought and him sister them tried to steal with land, when Juliet tried to thief with land, Terryland, who do we go to? When we belly are pain with a night time, Terryland. Pain you so hard that you can't even grunt, because if you grunt, the pain harder. Who do we call? Oh, that's not their concern. It is more about how much J.N. Bank, Grace Kennedy and him senator, and all of their advertisers, JN, everybody who did it today, are sure what them can do and how much them are going to make from it. It's nothing to do with us. It is simple, nothing to do with us. It shows today, not just with the conference, but with this photograph surfacing. How could you care about the diaspora? How could you care about the diaspora when you don't care about we health in New York? Me couldn't go there so go turn up and wait in the cold. Me have arthritis, me old and crickly. This is not Florida. This is New York. Cold weather, rainy weather. New York and England and London. If you look on them weather map, it's like the two of them rain at the same time. The only thing is snow fall in New York than it would more fall in London. And our fellow Jamaicans have to stand up in the rain with all of these people sitting inside in their offices. No, you cannot wait in the lobby area and nobody cannot come into our offices. And the Jamaica taxpayers' money pay for that building. Well, on a thing because we're in the diaspora, we don't pay tax in Jamaica. We pay tax by extension. We pick up a lot of bills for we family them. A whole heap of GCT we pay in Jamaica. Some of us abroad also pay property tax, whether it be for family or for self. Jamaica, it's nothing about us. Everything today was about the PSOJ. Maybe Rattigan will have to tell you, because I'm sure Rattigan would want to listen to the gibberish that Kamina Johnson Smith spoke today. Maybe Rattigan will be able to tell you, because Rattigan have a way of understanding when Kamina Johnson speak. So maybe he'll be the one to explain to you what she said and what she meant. Can't you know, say me a dunce, you know? And the point of being a dunce is that you don't understand bright people when they speak. Kamina Johnson Smith them too bright to me understand them when them speak. I'm sure, Sunshine, Mr. Rattigan and his Smith, how are you? I'm sure Mr. Rattigan will deal with her. But me just say, Kamina, it look like you love with foreigner. You love with even when we get deported, because you're married to one away. You never care about your senatorship. You never care about him gun nor him drugs nor him deportee. Or just the one foreigner you care about, Kamina Johnson Smith. Jamaicans, you're not tired of criminal politician. You're not tired of criminal politician. When Chang Na load up gun, fire off town. Juliet a thief on the land, Andrew and Nigel a thief on the money, as well as done. Make we soak Babsy. Make we soak Babsy because one eye in us, Babsy, all of a sudden gone blind. Babsy can't see, Babsy can't hear anymore. But we're going to continue to soak Babsy because we're waiting on Babsy to come out and defend another powerful woman. For a long time, the whole honor did want Miss Curtis gone. Let's see who them are going to buttress the corruption with. Let's see who them are going to buttress the corruption with. Because you know, Andrew Holness only position you at place where you can either steal or block the process of good governance. You see, no matter how we talk on social media, Jamaica people, nothing will ever happen until you decide to get up and take on this government. All of you at home are behaving as if God has a duty to come and solve your problem. Sit down and continue to wait. It will continue to grow, Anita Hines. Your problem will continue to grow until you decide to do something about it. And for those of you in the diaspora, if you want to plan for the conference, June, go and go have a holiday, but don't get drawn into the money making. Don't get drawn into the money making of these people. They are the private sector organization of Jamaica, which today was really about. This had nothing to do with Jamaicans living in the diaspora and how we can work together to benefit Jamaica and benefit the diaspora. No. But Kamina Johnson and the rest of them, the Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force is launching tomorrow. In England, we're in a Friday already. It's launching tomorrow. The Jamaica Diaspora Online Conference, the first, and this will happen every 2 years. It seems it will run simultaneously with the Bangaran and Brouhaha of the Ministry of Affairs. But rightly so, us, the diaspora, must get up and look after our own affairs. Georgia Dennis, how are you? So my understanding that this launches tomorrow. Also, during June the 16th to 19th, there will be a diaspora conference online throughout that period also. So meanwhile, they will be talking to their private sector friends to see how deeper into our pockets they can go. We will be talking amongst ourselves. Jeffrey Tavares, good evening and welcome. We will be talking amongst ourselves how we are going to look at the issues that affect us in the diaspora and the issues we want to change at home and how we, Andrew, can network at home to change this brutal tyrannical system that we have to deal with, whether we are at home in Jamaica, Sharon Powell, or we are in the diaspora. It's all about how much money they can make from us. So screenshot this on the screen at the moment. It has the information. It will, the whole happening will be going on Jeffrey Tavares, Make We Talk, YouTube, and I believe Twitter and others. But it is an opportunity for us to talk amongst ourselves how we are going to deal with our issues in the diaspora and our issues at home. Enough of the selling what was today and come today. They might as well did carry cane, megavolt. They might as well did carry cane, papaya, East Indian, mango, staraplan, berry. Some of them wouldn't get more attention from us today. But to just come and attack over whistle. I never understand what was going on. I don't know about you all. The most I understood from what happened today was that it was a marketing, Durant Clark. It was a marketing for the PSOJ. How much more business opportunity is there for the PSOJ from us? How much more remittances that them can rake and scrape from we? If you don't hear anything else, if you don't hear anything else, make me know. Me never hear it. I know it was bored in my audience because we tapped earlier. But as a broadcaster, when Kamina was speaking, I went back to listen. I will still have to wait on Rattigan to decode what Kamina Johnson was talking about. Good evening to all of you pretty ladies. Why? The Jamaica Labour Party seem to love take people, well brought up children, and turn them into liars, deceivers, and monsters. Because when you hear these people speaking to you, at you, or not to you, when you hear these people speaking over you, around you, and at you, I really struggle to understand what they're talking about and who they're talking to. Michelle Lewis Wilson, God's gift, good evening and welcome. The truth is, I struggle to understand who they are talking to and what they're talking about. I didn't understand anything that happened today. The most I understood is that they were looking for more business deal for the private sector. And this is raping us. This is further raping the diaspora. The diaspora really keep Jamaica up. Half the time, if I know the diaspora, some of our family medical bills and utility bills cannot be paid. Because they not provide them no job. And even if them go to road, if they go sell to something, same police, I go take something and take sledgehammer and mash it up. Seen it before. We're tired to see it. The issue though, Jamaica people are so complacent. Anybody can roll up and roll over. Anybody can roll up and take liberty on. Why do you think the Chinese them have such a strong foothold in Jamaica? I mean, I'm talking about indentured laborer Chinese. I'm talking about the economic the economic Chinese community, the Chinese that are the Republic of China, is because uno sit down and think to say begging from politicians and begging from the diaspora, I go take on anywhere. Uno same Jamaican them, Josiah 1, 2, 3. Uno same one stuck up to the Chinese them, even with the abuse. Uno willing, this is fellow brothers and sisters, Jenny, good evening, get abused by these people as long as it benefits you. So may I hope tomorrow Mr. Rattigan can answer and give us an explanation. What was Kamina saying? What was she talking about? Did you understand anything she was saying? Or for that matter, any of those pretty lady, I mean, if you have an event, a woman the name will regular beat up Horace Strong with him mouth, the hooligan up a peak. Somebody type the Pika hooligan name. Our name again. Then you could really tell where that is going. But Jamaica people, we can't sit down, so. We cannot sit down like this. We talking on social media is just simple not enough. It is a pushback on the ground. Roots, good evening and welcome. No, not Wami. You know the man that will run the passport agency. That man will run the passport agency. Beat and teach, you must know that wicked man, the man. What his name? Howard Govern, good evening and welcome. The man from Pika, the man will run the passport galangin. From you see, him did it today. You should have known, say, I know nothing meaningful or sensible agwan. Because him run one of the worst government department. Him run one of the worst government department. Winter, yes. Thank you, neighbor. Winter, even Winter was there. So that alone should show you. Say, I know nothing more with Stanley Walker because we know how it depressing to the document application from the diaspora. And it's even more treacherous. It is even more treacherous doing it in Jamaica. All they are concerned about is that we continue to spend our money with them. Abina Sudoki, how are you? We continue to spend our money with them, propping them up, and then nothing for us. Hold on, please. I'm just responding to someone. What happened today was a disgrace. Me don't know about Ono, but it was a grand old waste of money. Because me watch more adverts today for their sponsors than me hear from them. Me hear more from it was more about the sponsors today than what they claim them come for tell with. Hold on. But in the same breath of them coming to do more business with us, to cash line their pocket out of our hard work, this is the new embassy, the consulate building in New York. And for those of you who live in New York or have ever visited New York, you know New York and London in winter and spring carry very, very miserable weather. Very miserable weather. And Jamaicans were forced to stand out in the rain at the new consulate building. So even, Stanley Walker, good evening, even when they are chipping away at our pocket, when we come to do business with them, we're not even entitled to sit in a waiting area and wait to be seen. As I said before, our consulate in London is quite a small one, the visa, JP, the visa and so on section. It's quite a small area, but you have a seating capacity for about 15 to 20 people. And you Jamaicans that they care about, you and your children that they claim to have care about in the diaspora. We what we don't care about so much. We don't even deserve little respect or little good treatment in the building with few tax money, few remittance money help to pay for. But they want us to do more. Why don't never carry leeching today? Why don't never carry leeching and the rest of them friend them? What to the Azan them? What to all our big multinationals? Why don't never carry them today? Make we decide who we want to thief from we. The range of thief were too small. We want a bigger range of thief. We want to have choice. To pour one day with thief $10, and then you have another one day with thief $1,000. We should have a choice between whether we want a $10 thief or a $1,000 thief, sir. Gwendolyn Scott. Good evening and welcome. Jamaicans at home, get up, stand up for your right. When stop dance up to Bob Marley's song. This is the thing that irritates me a lot about Jamaica. When you hear these revolutionary music, when you dance up to them like when you understand them or they mean anything to you. Because if they really do, if especially some dirty, wormy head Rastaman, Sizzler, si Juliet and Andrew attack the gender galangin. It not concern you, Tony Rebel, Capleton, and the whole on we're up Juliet and Andrew's backside. The Western agenda don't bad down. Or don't have visa no one go work money. Burn out the chichi, they said. What? The chichi prime minister? The chichi minister of finance? The chichi Alando Terrelon? The half-hearted chichi Flight Green? I wonder if Nigel done in anything, J. Fox. Good evening. So, don't come and make you look like all with fast asleep. I have been awake since 2003, sir. I depend uno. Since 2003, I've been sit up wide awake watching uno. Time is closing in on you all with the truth. The issue goes back again to our Jamaicans at home who are in a deep sleep. Where them going? Where them going, Jamaicans? You have lost your rebellious spirit. You really do not care about the atrocities of government and state anymore. Patricia Williams, what have they done to us? Anthony R. Alanda Terry Tongue, Bailey. Alanda Terry Long said if we come home, please, people in the diaspora, email the state minister in the Office of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and ask him, when Patrick Bailey decided to go on a sleepwalk, when Patrick Bailey start shooting and stabbing in his sleep, who do we complain to? If Kamina Johnson Smith, husband, should pick up a gun and start slinging it again, who do we complain to? If Julian Silvera picks up a gun and starts shooting at us from our northern islands, who do we complain to? It can't be just come home, so. When belly a pain with, who do we come home to? When JPS find out say we are foreigner, we are returning resident, and by extension, on have to have money, and them start send we light bill for $150,000 a month, who do we turn to? Who do we complain to? When government along the terror law, even Bedford, when government and their agencies violate our rights, Jacqueline Murray, who do we complain to? So come home is dry bread, meat it up, give it a juice with it. Come home, come do what? Come home, come go with hospital. Come home, come put your children them in a which education system. Come home, come nyam what? Come nyam what Chinese a chop up, give with nyam. Come nyam plastic rice. Come home, pay what? Tada Charlie. You can't just tell we Dion Johnson, the half-hearted story them so. This is why I like when Damien speak, because Damien goes in a breakdown when he's speaking. But you just talk, make breeze blow past it. And as long as breeze blow it in our direction, the argument done. That's all. Come home for what? And to whom? And to do what? When we want to have a dialysis, CT scan, MRI, X-ray, where do we go to? Can we call 119? Can we call 119 in the state of in an emergency and have a response from whether the police, the ambulance, or the fire brigade within 10 minutes anywhere across the island? Do we have those public amenities? Just like anywhere in the UK, maybe, and something happen, I can call an ambulance. The scene you saw at Fern Gully in the UK, the ambulance has 6 minutes to get to such a scene. 6 minutes. And if Pan Road is too slow and the incident is serious, then they're sending you by air. But they hope to get a first aid responder, Rodney Reed. In such an emergency, they hope to get a first aid responder to you within that 6 minute time frame, especially if it's a serious accident, a stabbing, a shooting, chest pain, or headache. They don't really mean it when we are more useful sending remittances. That's all, Carlos. Today was a business galangin. It was a business galangin today. A be private and public sector people, business people, Arlene Bendel, good evening and welcome. I be them miss come there and advertise them galangins, and I'm sure you're going to have come June a plethora of banners and all sorts that you'll be able to walk over to. I hear them talking about business opportunities, flea market. Yes, it will be a flea market of private sector promotion. What are the businesses? And how will bureaucracy, how will the desperate, overrun, foot-drawn bureaucracy that runs our country, you think that's really selling to some of us when we know, say, if we come there, if we come to business? Minister, somebody in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs say they done. I got asked what for them cut out of it. And until we decide to bow to their cut, we now go get them thing to sign off to get with business. Or we now go get nothing sign off to get no equipment into the country, because minister this and ministry of that don't get them cut. So what kind of business on our talk, and what bureaucratic timeline? At the same time, when I try to hustle, when I tell we say, when our shoes don't clean enough for coming to my house, one. And even if we not kick off on our shoes and left it at the doorway, on our foot and socks to stink for coming to my house, Sharon Peart. Isn't that what the Jamaican Consulate in New York did to our very own Jamaicans? By looking at them and telling them have to stand up in the rain because we can't come in with plush new office. I find it really startlingly shocking that in the United States of A, we call it how we granny them used to call it. In the United States of A, in cold, rainy New York and Manhattan, it carries a very similar weather to London. And we have to stand on the street waiting for document to be processed by our beloved Jamaican consulate, who love we and look out for we abroad. But it would be easier for one of Kamina Johnson JP friend to sign Kamina Johnson, deportee, gunman, drug dealing husband. Sign document for them because it's about them. If it's about we gonna have to pay one on a friend to get it done earlier. If we are going to try go the normal route, hell boil over first. If you don't plan to pay the extortion money to politicians and them man friends, dog, name you on your business supper. Where's the sunshine? The building never officially opened yet. Nobody never cut. Hey, Bangarang, you need a ribbon cutter. Is there a ribbon cutter in New York? Lord, I was looking for Terry. Long time with it just how. No, sir. Today was a hustle, Jamaica. Good night, Yvonne Green. Today was a hustle. This hustle wasn't to benefit Jamaicans. The hustle was about their private sector partners who fund their election campaign. And by extension, Yvonne Bradford, they must get their private sector friends into our pocket to make sure the money where them help fund their election campaign is withdrawn from the diaspora pocket. Jamaicans at home, only no shame say Florida and New York people a turn up and a demonstrate on our behalf, on our dede, a rub bleaching cream, rub down foot and fingernail, and I make sure on a baby ear them lay down pound a face. And I make sure on have a battery ride or a pussy print of a god dance later. Are them something that concern you know? Where I go meet on a picnic them around Cajun corner 10, 25 years from now. Them they are no concern to know now. No. Talk about eyelash. Talk about bleaching cream and hairstyle. Talk about jeans. Talk about jeans, their man ankle and boxers under them arm. Are them something that Jamaicans enjoy. Uno no want nothing good, Jamaicans. If Uno at home did want something good, just like how we our brother stand up for it. Uno that yard we meet it more than we. God help those who help themselves. It's never gonna happen until you all get involved the way we are. You're sending your children back into oppression, a more brutal oppression than we are experiencing now. Wait till the Chinese them build them village. The Chinese can already back so and turn up in a Jamaica and argue with us some way. Chinese not do them something that we in England. Them now go do it to black do them something that to black people in England that easily because them know will create havoc. They know by tomorrow there will be a demonstration outside their business place. As long as Jamaicans belly full, everything all right. As long as on a belly full, come home. To what? Come home, come stand up a roadside. Come home, come stand up outside a building, outside an empty building where we are paying 700,000, 750,000 a month for rent. And what we're going to do? Come, stand up in there, or we can go sleep in the empty building, them, or do whatever we want to do in the empty building, them, where Jamaica are pay for. Where we return slash tax money paying for. The competing of dunceness with women in high offices in Jamaica is startling. Juliet at the high altar, Paula, Juliet at the high chair, Paula at the high altar, Kamina Johnson, and Audrey Marks. There's a competition for dunceness with high-profile women in Jamaica. It is startling. Is it that you want to do, or are the man them a corrupt? Who are corrupt? Because when men, Carlin Jones, when men always in the shenanigan and corruption of politics, we always expect women to play it a little safer and cleaner. Don't you see the brutal behavior of Juliet Holness, even to a next woman? Can you not see how Babsy Grange and all the women in the Jamaica Labour Party has been silenced to the treatment of another woman in Parliament? JamaicanTV.com. So they can't come to us with this gender argument anymore. Because we know a long time Juliet and a man, her foot big like for man, and a woman. Juliet foot big like for man, back broad like man, shoulder broad like man, Juliet teeth like man. But there's a competition for dunceness from women in high offices, or these men corrupt them in order to give them a position. It cannot be so that no one in our Jamaica Labour Party maintain their free speech and their democracy and their parliamentary privilege to speak even against their own prime minister or a member of their party if they choose to do so. This current fleet of Jamaica Labour Party members, Jamaica, you need to be careful of them. Show me, Jamaica. Show me an instance, other than when Andrew was messing up with the office of the political ombudsman the other day, when the father Samoda stand up and rejected to it. Show me another incident where your rights have been attacked or violated by this government, and a member of the Jamaica Labour Party come out and speak out against any of these corruption, nepotism, cronyism, stealing, acting out of jurisdiction as we saw Juliet Holness did. There is no democracy in the Jamaica Labour Party. It's a gangsterous cult. Because if you cannot stand up and agree with your party, you are not about the people. You're about gangsterism and your personal possession and profession. When Andrew Holness was appointed Senator, the Honorable Kamina Johnson Smith, you never know she have gunman, drugs dealing, deportee husband. You never know that. But these are the same people you want to come talk to us like them have credibility or them as somebody or them come from nowhere. Their personal agenda, J. Fox. It's all about their personal agenda. Nothing to do with the people of Jamaica. Nothing to uplift the people of Jamaica. As long as we're not getting our pocket, on a stay there, and continue to benefit, it doesn't go farther than that. It really doesn't. But tell Babsy and Nigel and the whole of them, the whole of the Jamaica Labour Party fleet, we're still waiting to hear their opinion on what took place with Miss Curtis. Whether Miss Curtis should receive an apology and whether the baby mother of the Prime Minister should resign as leader of the House. People treat you exactly the symbol you send them. The signal that you send out to people, it's the very treatment that will come back at you. If you behave in a way which you have no care or love for yourself, don't expect me if you come and put down my hamper and make hug me about my mango while I'm there looking after you. People treat you how you present yourself to them. And if you present yourself to people as being weak and feeble, then will push you around and kick you over. But when you approach them in a strong and robust manner, them look up, them look down, and decide how to approach you. Or if them can't approach you, then move on. Daily grind. But that's sucking up to people. That's sucking up to leadership. That's sucking up to hierarchy. That's sucking up to people because they have business and money. Stop it. Stop it. Cheryl Benjamin, good evening and welcome. Nobody from the Jamaica Labour Party has stood up to defend Miss Curtis, to speak on her behalf. Everybody stays silent like Miss Curtis is a tyrant. When they were the same people who were jumping over the place, defending a corrupt thief. The wife of the Prime Minister, the baby mother of the Prime Minister, which is tied up in court in a land dispute battle at the moment. The old man Prime Minister up at your Beverly Hills mansion. The old man who used to ride that bicycle, who did own that land. Did you ever pay for that land, Prime Minister? Or you just do the paper swindling to make it look like your St. Lucian company bought that land? Was that one of the Patrick Bailey and the Alonzo Terry Long Baileys stitched together? Because everybody when me know, so which part wholeness live? A stolen land, a captured land. I want old man, they live there, where you used to ride them bicycle, go come. So we want to know, Mr. Wholeness, who did you bought that piece of land from? And how much did you pay for it? The issue, though, answers are not forthcoming from this government. You will get a lot of lies, a lot of narrative and scandals, but nothing else that you are going to get from this government. But tell Babsy we still have her in the pickle jar, soaking, and we're waiting for her Minister of Gender and Women Affairs opinion. Even the zinc fence opinion, Babsy. Even the one order gangsters opinion, Babsy. We want to know. I want to thank you all for being here this evening. Florence Hamilton. On a note, say, me come in late because me did go cycle, then me come in, come fall asleep, and you know how sleep go. Sleep till your brain rests. But thank you all for turning up at a short notice. C Forbes, how are you? Good evening. Good night, and welcome. So, tell Babs this, say, and make sure to hit the like button, you know. Tell Babs this, I will still have her in the pickle jar, a soak, but we are wait for she make her move first. Because me not able me go jump out upon Babsy and Andrew Holness, mad dog, Karen Crafts come jump out, come bite me. So me have wait upon you, Babsy. We are wait upon you for say for your piece. Then we will come respond to you. But one thing we're not going to make you do, Babsy, is get away with it. We're going to soak you. We're going to soak you, Babsy, because we know something is going to happen again. Where you jump up, whether you like how you jump up and you blame Mark Golden for sexism and misogynism. We are weird, Pam Babsy. So Mickey Sharon Powell, how are you? So Mickey and come out, you come talk nonsense, because we are waiting for you. We're waiting, because we want to hold you and throw you back up the zinc fence, Babsy. So we are waiting. But thank you very much for being here this evening. Your support is very much appreciated. If you are here and you have not yet subscribed to Global Television, please do so and make sure you hit the like button before you leave and join us back tomorrow for the At a Glance program. Thank you very much and good night from the people's point of view.